The long-awaited regular season has come to the PCL Quarterfinals tonight. Welcome to the WGP pregame show presented here on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond stoked to host this pregame show. On behalf of all of the WGP, we hope that you enjoy this matchup that will be covered soon by Schalk and Anthony Sorgi at 4 p.m. But as for now, we are going to get into some updates and all the things you need to know about the quarterfinal games this year. I'm joined alongside here by my two best high school basketball analysts in the state of Pennsylvania, Sean Drosnock and Ryan Sullivan. Sean, I'll let you introduce yourself. How are you feeling for tonight's matchups?
Dom, I'm feeling really good. It's been such an amazing prep season. So many great players. Obviously, Jordan Ellerby, MVP of the Catholic League. And there's just so many guys around him, too. Jaron McKee, Olin Chamberlain, Makai Robertson, Lesovitz. The list just goes on and on. This is probably one of the best teams we've seen from the prep in recent prep history. A team that beat Roman Catholic, who was the powerhouse of PCL basketball. So I have high hopes going into this postseason run.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, what a spectacular year it's been. 12 wins for St. Joe's. That's an incredible mark to have for Coach Jason Harrigan's career. Ryan, I'm going to go to introduce yourself as well. Sophomore here at St. Joe's Prep. How are you feeling for tonight?
I'm feeling great. Obviously, we've had an incredible prep season. This is my first official season covering the PCL basketball. Obviously, I wasn't around much last year, but here this year, this is obviously one of the greatest high school basketball teams we've seen in the state of Pennsylvania. I mean, this is great. You love to see this team. You love to see the student section coming out and cheering on their prep hawks. I'm excited here for an incredible game after a really good first contest between these two teams.
Yeah, Ryan, I mean, overtime matchup between these two teams, and of course St. Joe's won the first one, but I'm going to get down to the breakdown of this pregame show. We're going to start off covering some of the games. We'll touch up on the prep. We'll return to the prep. We'll end it off with some predictions, and we'll leave you some time to get ready for the matchup. So let's go. Obviously, the game you're all worried about, St. Joseph's Prep, home against Archbishop Wood. Huge, huge game. Winner goes to the Palestra for the semifinals. Sean, I'm going to turn to you. Coach Jason Harrigan finished 12-1 this year. It's the Prep's best record since 2004. Wood finished 5-8. Now, how are you feeling about St. Joseph's Prep, an incredible season that they had?
Again, Dom, like I said earlier, I'm feeling really, really, really good. Jaron McKee, 1,000-point scorer. He's made his mark in prep history already. Jordan Ellerby just 19 points away from that same mark. As we're seeing on the scoreboard right now, 16 1,000-point scores in prep history. Jordan Ellerby is soon to be one. If the prep can come away with the win here tonight, Jordan Ellerby will get it done. Just needs 19 points. So overall, Dom, I'm just feeling really good about this game. I think prep, of course, shouldn't take Wood for granted, a team that beat them last year, but they're just so dominant. They've just been beating so many teams that people thought were better than them. I just have full confidence in this prep team to get it done and to continue their insane run this season.
Yeah, FGCU is going to have a stud at the point guard, that being Jordan Ellerby. As you said, magic number for tonight, 19, and watch out for number 2. But Brian, I'll return to you. We've been working with a lot of the games together. I mean, St. Joe's Prep 5-1 at home, Wood 4-3 away. Now, I want you to talk about Makai Robertson because I know it's the guy that everyone's worried about for this matchup. You want to talk about him?
Well, looking at Makai Robertson at the current moment in time, and this is the guy that I believe is going to have to guard the freshman Rowan Phillips, as this guy has a pretty similar play style as Makai Robertson. I believe he's going to have to guard him tonight. Watch for that to happen. But I think if you're looking at Makai Robertson at the current moment in time, this guy is someone that can get to the basket. He has an incredible finisher. In my comparison at the beginning of the season, that he can finish someone like Kyrie Irving, but he can shoot the three, someone like Reggie Miller as well. We've seen some inconsistencies over the course of the season, but for the most part, he has had some great games. The prep have been able to sort of victories in those games. I expect him to come out here tonight, get to the basket, shoot efficiently, play good defense. He's going to have to play good defense today on the freshman Rowan Phillips, having the prep and see him in their first game. So he's going to have to, defense is really, really, really going to have to come out here from Makai Robertson today. He always obviously has an offensive game, but defensively, watch out tonight, as I expect it to be a great game from him.
Yeah, Makai Robinson from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. The number I always look at as is the year. St. Joe's Prep's going to have a bright future with a sophomore who has another 2 years to play after this year at St. Joe's Prep. Now, we already covered the Prep. We'll go to some other games now. We'll get you more information about the Prep later. Roman Catholics taking on Archbishop Ryan this evening at Holy Family University, a 2 seed versus the 9 seed. Roman, obviously coached by Coach Chris McNesby, and Ryan, coached by Joe Zaglinski. Now, I'm going to turn to you, Shaw. Now, the main guys we got to talk about for Roman got to be the Jackson Bros. Am I right?
Absolutely, Dom. The Jackson brothers combined averaging 27 points for that Roman Catholic team. That is such a huge benefit to have that brotherly connection, to both be producing at such a high level. And, of course, the main one, Sammy Jackson, the 4-star, 6'7" forward. He's coming back next year, too. So he's going to be a dominant force in the PCL for another season. And that should lead Roman to many, many victories. And I do think that they are going to play a great game against Archbishop Ryan tonight. And Sammy Jackson is going to go off and have a massive performance.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, the Jackson Bros. Some might say Sharif's better, but I think I would concur that Sammy Jackson is the guy to look out for. You know, if he's got height and he's got shooting, it just shows how remarkable he is. But although Sharif might be an unranked 4-star for Sammy Jackson, is where he shows how dominant he is. Sammy Jackson, we saw him when he played St. Joe's Prep. He wasn't as dominant as we thought, especially with Sharif Jackson, who went for the rebounds, didn't have an explosive game. But obviously they're playing Ryan, and Roman Catholic in the playoffs is explosive. Obviously they hold the record for the most PCL championship titles in the league with 34, and Coach McNesby is looking for his 5th. Now, Ryan, I'm going to turn to you. So let's talk about Roman Catholic again. Tyler Sutton, that was the guy to watch out for against St. Joe's Prep. How is he going to match up against Brandon Russell and the rest of the Archbishop Ryan team?
Well, that's a matchup to look out for, Dom, and hit it right on the nose. He's going to be matched up against Brandon Russell, a guy that I was just able to interview yesterday. Make sure you guys go check that out once this broadcast is done. But, you know, you're looking at Tyler Sutton at the current moment in time. He's going to have to play some really great defense. Going to have to stay in front of somebody like Brandon Russell who can drive in front of the basket. Have to make sure those defensive shifts are, you know, all ready to go. Get his footwork on. Just really the fundamental stuff he's going to have to do to defend somebody like Brandon Russell. Offensively, I believe Tyler Sutton, he can get to the basket. He can shoot the 3-ball. I mean, he can really do anything you want when it comes to a great guard. And we've seen a lot of guards in the PCL. They do a lot of things that Tyler Sutton can do. Obviously, shoot the 3-ball, get to the basket. But they don't do it as efficiently as Tyler Sutton can do it. I expect him to have a pretty decent game, but it's not going to be easy shutting down somebody like Brandon Russell.
Yeah, Tyler Sutton transferred from the George School, and for all our Prep viewers, that's the school that the big man that you usually remember, Tristan Galloway, went to after he played 4 years at the Prep. But yeah, this Roman team, as always, dominant. They're looking for a 3-peat, another 3-peat this year. How about that? But let's turn to Archbishop Ryan. They almost had their first PCL championship last year. They've never won one before in history. And this year, it can all start with Brandon Russell. Sean, you want to talk about him?
Brandon Russell, definitely one of the most underrated players in the PCL, in my opinion. He's the senior guard, and he's 6'5", and that size, it plays to his advantage so often, averaging 14, 4, and 5, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. He's just so versatile, and he gets it done on every end of the court. He can shoot, he can drive, he can defend. There's really nothing Brandon Russell can't do. Although, is it going to be enough to stack up against that insanely talented Roman Catholic team? That's the question.
Yeah, Sean, and I mean, talking about Archbishop Ryan, they lost the 2 best players on their team last year. Darren Williams, they lost to graduations at FGCU. In the center, 6'8" Thomas Sorber. Again, both these players played in the PCL championship. And I'd say the impact that Darren Williams had, in my opinion, was when he played St. Joe's Prep. He had that shot that really saved their season, to say the least. But anyway, we're going to turn back to Archbishop Ryan. So Ryan's kind of redundant right there. I want you to talk about how they have countered adversity. How has Archbishop Ryan addressed, like, people graduating and all that?
I mean, at the end of the day, Archbishop Ryan, you know, they've obviously had a lot of graduates. It was really, I guess you could say, their last chance to win the PCL championship, but they've come out this year. You know, they've obviously worked with what they've had. They've been able to use guys like Brandon Russell, Samaj Stone efficiently, and, well, you've seen someone like Samaj Stone really emerge as a great, great player. Brandon Russell, obviously a leader. But if you're looking at Archbishop Ryan, not many people are giving him much of a chance. On my interview with Brandon Russell, he said that. Not many people, they're not really giving us a chance, and I would agree with him. I'm not really picking them tonight, but that'll be safe for later. But at the end of the day, Archbishop Ryan, they really got to come out as a team with nothing to lose. Obviously, you know, they haven't really handled more. So to answer your question, Dom, they haven't addressed it too well, but they definitely got a shot here tonight against Roman Catholic.
I mean, what a huge win they had over LaSalle this weekend. 52-48 on Tuesday at LaSalle. Huge, huge win. But yeah, Roman Catholic is looking for their first repeat since Neumann-Goretti did it, and they won 6 in a row, which is a hell of a record. We'll get to Neumann because they are also in the playoffs for the quarterfinals. Now we'll go to the next game. Devon Prep at home, taking on West Catholic, the Burrs. Jason Fisher coaches the Devon Prep team, and they've had a shocking season so far. I don't think anyone here in this crew at the school alone thought Devon Prep was going to be such a stellar team, but here we are, they're the 3 seed. Miguel Bucachica leads the Burrs this year, but Sean, I'm going to turn to you. Zane Conlon and Reese Craft highlight this Devon Prep team. How have they turned a lot of people's heads around with this tie team?
I think for me, Zane Collins really been one of the best players in the league this year. 16 points a game, 4 assists, and 9 rebounds. And it's not just him, though. It is a team effort. Reese Craft, 14, 2, and 7. Just all 3 of them, including Mason Thier, who's averaging 12.5, 4, and 4. They're all just having such a great season. And again, they're really the underdogs of the PCL. No one expected them to be doing what they're doing. No one expected them to come out and not only make these playoffs, but be a high seed, the number 3 seed in the PCL playoffs. Just thriving off that underdog mentality. No one, you know, it scatters all throughout Philadelphia. No one expected that of them. No one thought they were going to do it. But here they are, and they've just been playing such an incredible season. And like you said, Don, it's really thanks to that big 3 right there.
Yeah, Zane Collins, the man to watch out for that matchup against West Catholic. Devon Prep, they're looking to make a huge run here. 1 win into the Palestra. Obviously, they joined in 2017. They have not won a PCL championship yet. They're looking to change that around this year. So, Ryan, how can Devon Prep start changing it around as the high scorer for Devon Prep is Zane Collins? How can they center around him, Reese Craft, Mason Thier, all these players to make a championship-worthy team?
Well, Devon Prep, I mean, I think you could argue they're a championship-winning team right now. I mean, they can definitely beat a team like Roman. They took them to 2 overtimes. I think they could beat a team like Judge. I think that Devon, at the end of the day, maybe should have beaten St. Joe's Prep in the beginning of the season. They've obviously improved since then, so it's not like Devon Prep, they're not a championship contender at all. Are they not as good as Roman, Judge, and the Prep? Yeah, they are. They're probably not. But at the end of the day, they can definitely compete with them, and they can definitely pull a win out in a 1-game scenario. So I don't think it's that they can't compete, but I think it's that they're probably at the worst of the best, I guess you should say. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you got Reese Craft, someone that can drive inside, doesn't really shoot the 3-ball well, but he has a really good post game. Put that on display against St. Joe's Prep in the beginning of the season. Calvin Smith, another guy to look out for. I mean, he has a really good pump fake, and he can drive inside. You look at Zane Conlon. I mean, this guy is just absolutely incredible. He impacts the game in so many ways, whether that comes through his defense. He can pass the ball really, really well. He can get to the basket. He can shoot the 3. I mean, he could do everything, and I really feel like that is a guy you want to build your team around. But when you're looking at Devon Prep right now, they're going to be facing a really good team in West Catholic. They got someone like Wheatley, so maybe getting the ball into the post to Reese Craft might not be the best option. Maybe you want to have him more of a little bit of as a lob threat, get him on the backdoor cuts, something like that for someone like Zane Conlon. I think Zane Conlon's got to be the guy that they work around tonight. You maybe know Javon Bird might be covering him. You get a couple of younger guys from West Catholic to get on Zane Conlon. Obviously, he has the experience, so I would definitely take him in that matchup to get to the paint and dish the ball off correctly.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, Devon Prep looking to turn many heads, looking to make a run to the Palestra, and looking in the future. But the team in their way right now is West Catholic, and I'm going to turn to you, Sean, in just a moment. West Catholic, 8 PCL titles in history versus the none that Devon Prep has won. And although West Catholic might be on the downside as they did lose 64-56 to Devon Prep, how can Javon Bird and Kingston Wheatley turn this team around?
Yeah, Dom, I think West Catholic is definitely one of the more underrated teams in the league. And one guy who no one's talking about, in my opinion, is Eric Scott. He's a guard sophomore, averaging 14, 4, and 6. I think he's really been a huge piece for West Catholic this season. And, of course, then there's Kingston Wheatley, the big man, the junior, 11 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 1.6 assists, and 6.5 rebounds. Gave the Prep a lot of trouble last season in their lack of a big man that they still haven't really fixed this year. They've just found a way around it. But West Catholic's Kingston Wheatley has dominated the Prep, and I think he continues to dominate through the playoffs. And honestly, he's the one guy, Dom, who if we end up playing him later in the playoffs, that I'd be a little bit worried to play. He's a very dominant force inside. He is a beast in the paint, and it's just someone I'd want to stay away from. And I think he's a huge part to West Catholic's success this year and why they've been able to do what they do. And maybe even shock some people, turn things around, and upset in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, Sean, if you want to talk about age again, sophomore for Eric Scott, the guard, and that really is what it's all about now. If you stick together, and have got one of our WCP members getting a round of applause, if we are able to this team is able to stick together, they can pull off a huge upset here. Again, maybe 3-6 might not be as much of an upset, but again, West Catholic looking to return to potentially win another PCL championship. Last time they did it, 1959. Now, Ryan, turn to you now. Now, we didn't talk about Saeed Lee yet, but anyone else on this West Catholic team that's worthy about being noted?
I mean, West Catholic right now, they got a good team. I mean, they got efficient shooters. They got really good players. I mean, they obviously have looked great. They're a 6 seed right now. That 3 versus 6 seed obviously is something to look out for. But you know, you're looking at someone like Kingston Wheatley. Obviously, he's a great post player. Javon Bird is obviously incredible. He can shoot the 3 ball. They might have to get him the ball there tonight. But Wheatley, they have to get it to him down low. He's a bit bigger than Reach Craft, so you got to think of something that's what they got to do here tonight. They obviously have some pretty good role players as well, but those are the 2 main guys to focus on.
Yeah, Javon Bird leads in scoring for West Catholic, St. Colin obviously for Devon Prep. But yeah, West Catholic took on PA Powerhouse, EMOSEP Charter during the PCL season. Although they did lose 72-36, at least they got the experience of a top-notch team. Now let's turn to another matchup that we have. Father Judge taking on Neumann-Goretti, 4 versus 5 at Father Judge. Father Judge coached by Chris Rowntree, Neumann-Goretti coached by Carl Aragale. Coach Aragale, again, the most PCL titles out of any coach with 12. That is more than half of Neumann-Goretti's 23-1. Now let's talk about this Father Judge team. I think inconsistent is the word to use here. Sean, would you agree with that?
Absolutely, Dom. I think Father Judge has been a great team in the PCL this year, but I think, like you said, inconsistent kind of hammers it, just puts the hammer on the nail. It's a great way to describe this team. Some nights they're the best team in the PCL, bar Prep, and some nights they're just playing like they're one of the worst. And I think the only real concept for them has been junior guard Derek Martin Rivera, averaging almost 20 points a game this year. But other than that, it's just a complete up and down team. And I think that people are taking for granted Father Judge's success, not realizing as much their low points this season. And I think it's very possible that in the playoffs, those low points are even more likely to come out, especially against a relatively decent team like Neumann-Goretti. So I wouldn't be shocked if Neumann-Goretti comes out and shocks some people in this one, maybe pulls off an upset.
You know, this would be the one game that I would say is 50-50. Again, we'll get to predictions in a few moments. But hey, Neumann-Goretti is looking to pull a pretty decent upset here. They had an okay year, 7-6, not bad, at least over 500. But again, Father Judge 10-3. They beat St. Joe's Prep in the last game of the season. Ryan, I'm going to turn to you just in a moment. Kaveri Kennedy and Derek Martin Rivera are the 2 guys to watch for this matchup. You know, Ryan, I think these 2 guys might be the reason why Father Judge is in this position right now.
Well, you definitely hit it on the nose there, Dom. I mean, these guys are definitely the reason that they're in the position. Derek Martin Rivera, an incredible 3-point shooter. I mean, it doesn't look like he missed. I mean, you could have 3 guys in his face and he wouldn't miss a 3-point shot. I mean, he is that great from beyond the arc. You're looking at someone like Kaveri Kennedy as well. Obviously, he did a great job against St. Joe's Prep. We got to give him credit where credit is due. He was able to drive inside, make layups off tough Euro steps. I mean, There really wasn't anything that those guys couldn't do in the game against St. Joe's Prep. But for a team like Neumann-Goretti, they got to get a little bit better defensively. Sometimes, they, when they're playing man-to-man, they just seem like they don't really have an identity out there defensively. And a team like Father Judge, who likes to play half-court basketball, they like to set off-ball screens, they're going to have to be able to get switches ready to go. They're going to have to communicate defensively. That's something they're going to have to watch out for. And even you saw Father Judge play more of a transition offense against St. Joe's Prep. Is Neumann-Goretti going to be prepared for that? St. Joe's Prep, they didn't run too much of their transition offense in their game against Neumann-Goretti. But when in the first quarter, St. Joe's Prep jumped out to a really great lead when they were using their transition offense. So that's going to be something to watch out for here today. Judge, the Prep, they play pretty similar. That is why I'm kind of comparing them right here. So I don't know. I don't know if Neumann-Goretti is going to be able to pull it out. But as I said earlier, every team has a chance in the PCL.
Yeah, I like the three-point shooting by Father Judge, and Neumann-Goretti is on the same stance. Sean, I'm going to turn to you in a minute. Stephen, Ashley Wright, and Cody Colson highlight the three-point squad of this team. Cody Colson, obviously 5 of 10 for his last matchup, which put Neumann-Goretti in the position to be where they are right now. But talking about these two guys and the rest of the Neumann-Goretti team, how have they been so potent beyond the arc this season?
Well, Dom, it all starts from the guys down low. Like Allison Nadai, you don't have that spacing at the top of the court if you don't have the force down low. That's the only way it works. If you have a big man that other teams have to respect, then that's how you get separation beyond the arc. That's how you build true championship teams, and that's what Neumann-Goretti's doing this year. Guys like Stephen Ashley White aren't averaging nearly 20 if you don't have guys like Allison Nadai down low, bringing the defense with them. So I think, Dom, to answer your question, that three-point success comes from the whole team, especially the guys down low who are drawing the defense in and giving their guards a chance to get those three balls up and to get their team these big leads and to put them in the position that they are in right now, which is playing Father Judge in a 5-4 PCL matchup.
Yeah, Sean, again, three-point is a place to look for. Neumann-Goretti, we're going to describe this year as a regroup and rebuild year. I'm going to turn to you again, Ryan, in a moment, but regroup, rebuild seems to be the theme this year. How has Neumann-Goretti, although they did lose, as he calls himself, Mr. Double-Double, Lorenzo Jerkins, and Kafik Myers, and Torrey Brooks, who went to Camden, how is Neumann-Goretti, with the power of Allison Njai, Tianlong Tumne, and the rest of the squad, level up to be in the position where they are right now?
I mean, Neumann-Goretti right now, I don't know. I feel like they just don't have an identity. They play a little bit too much of one-on-one basketball. I don't know. There's just something off about Neumann-Goretti. They have great players. Stephon Ashley Wright, Nadea, Colson. I mean, these guys can play. I mean, they are really, really great. But they got to be able to work the ball around just a little bit more. If they can tire out defenses, they wouldn't really need to put in as much effort defensively. Obviously, you want to see good defensive effort. But at the end of the day, if they could just work the ball a little bit around more, then I think they'd be able to win a couple more games. But I think Neumann-Goretti, if they can find their way to make it work here in the playoffs, they can find it somewhat of an identity of moving the ball around a little bit more, putting in great effort defensively. They can really be a scary team.
Yeah, right. And again, Stephon Ashley Wright highlights the Neumann-Goretti squad. Beyond the arc, he's there. Same thing with Cody Colson, the junior. Now, as we wrap up talking about these teams, let's turn to predictions real quick. We'll start with Roman Catholic taking on Archbishop Ryan. Again, Roman Catholic looking for 3 because 3 is a nice number. Sean, I'll let you get the first take at it. Does Roman Catholic advance to the semifinals and go back to the Palestra, or does Ryan get the revenge after the PCL Championship loss last year?
Dom, this would honestly be my lock of the week. No offense to Archbishop Ryan. They've had a great season. Guys like Brandon Russell have had a great season all on their own. Forget about team success. He personally has been playing amazing, as has the team. But Roman Catholic is just a powerhouse. And Archbishop Ryan, I don't think, is up to the challenge of taking them down. I have Roman Catholic by at least 10 points, maybe more. And I think Sammy Jackson is going to be the player of the game.
Yeah, you know, Roman Catholic, obviously just a stud team all around. They always have a really good team, I'll tell you that, Sean. And this year, obviously, no different. Getting Tyler Sutton, the sophomore, is a huge bolster to their team, especially with Sammy Jackson and Sharif Jackson all on the same team already. But yeah, maybe they did lose Gabriel Goss. I'll tell you that. He graduated The guy, as everyone knows, who hit the shot here around the world in the PCL Championship last year over Archbishop Ryan. But now, again, tongue twister, here we go. Ryan Sullivan, turn to you now. Are you going to pick Archbishop Ryan, or are you going to stick with the Roman Catholic Catholics this time?
Yeah, I'm going to go Roman. I mean, I think they'll win by at least 7 to 10 points. They have the way better team right now. They always figure it out when they get to the playoffs. So give me Roman.
Yeah, Ryan, I mean, that's all you had to say, and I get it. It is going to be that type of game. Sean, I mean, I have to agree with you as well. There's no way that Roman Catholic is going to lose this. 10 points is the minimum, in my opinion. Caholites, 13th and Girard are going to advance to the Palestra. Now we'll get to Devon Prep and West Catholic. Devon Prep looking to make a statement here. West Catholic looking to make an upset. And let's see what Sean has to say. Sean?
Tom, it's going to be a really close game in my opinion. Two very, very good teams in Devon Prep, the 3 seed, and West Catholic, the 6. I think at the end of the day, Kingston Wheatley is going to have his way, and that's my upset of the week, is West Catholic over Devon Prep, and I think Kingston Wheatley is going to drop 20 at least and get player of the game.
Yeah, Kingston Wheatley is a guy for West Catholic who's got the height and he's got body and just does everything correct. The junior's looking to make an absolute statement tonight. Ryan, are you going to continue with the West Catholic upset trend, or are you going to stick with this tie team?
I'm a fan of Devon Prep. I'm going to take them. I'll take them by just a few points. I'll take them by about 5. I mean, I like Devon Prep right now. I like Reese Kraft's matchup against Kingston Wheatley. I also think that they have a little bit better of guard play. I think they have better role players at the current moment in time. I'm going to take Devon Prep.
All right, and I think I'm going to split the tie here as well, obviously. I think I'm going to go with Devon Prep, not just because they're the higher seed, but as Catholic, I think, especially when we play a team like Emotep, and then you have to try to recover right away. It takes a lot. And I think also that the Devon Prep team just is so just interconnected with each other that they're looking to impress a lot more people. Third game we're going to get to at Father Judge, obviously. Father Judge taking on Neumann-Goretti. The Saints against the Crusaders. Will Father Judge turn many heads with a loss here? Will Neumann-Goretti show out? What's going to happen here, Sean?
Tom, I think as much as I'd love Neumann-Goretti to come away with the win here just for the storyline, I think Father Judge is going to come away with a win here. I think overall they just out-talent Neumann-Goretti. They just outplay them. They have a better season. They've had a better season. And I think overall Neumann-Goretti's just not quite up to the task of Father Judge. But I think it's going to be a very, very close game, though. I think Father Judge is going to win by about 3-4 points. I think Neumann-Goretti is going to keep it close all game long.
Very respectable right there. Again, Neumann-Goretti is looking for the upside story here. Not what we normally see from Neumann-Goretti, especially coached by one of the greatest in the PCL, if not the greatest. Ryan, turn to you. Father Judge, will they pull off a win here and go to the Palestra, or will Neumann return there for the second consecutive year in a row?
I'm gonna take Father Judge here. They're getting hot at the right time. You saw Derek Morton Rivera, you saw Kavor Kennedy. They did an incredible job against St. Joe's Prep. They're getting hot at the right time, getting hot near the playoffs. That's what you're gonna have to do. Give me Father Judge.
And I think the sweep here is real. Father Judge, I don't know how real the team is, but they might be inconsistent. This game, I don't see Neumann-Goretti winning it. It will be 3-point overload at Father Judge. And I will take the Crusaders to take down the Saints. But now, the game everyone's been waiting for, I'm sure you guys have as well, with the few minutes we have left. St. Joseph's Prep taking on Archbishop Wood, a 12-1 team taking on a 5-8 team, 1v10. Sean, I'll let you take a stab at it first. Will St. Joseph's Prep continue their remarkable season?
So I think St. Joe's Prep is not just a force to be reckoned with this season, but they're the force to be reckoned with this season. That being said, I don't think they're going to blow out Archbishop Wood, even though they most likely should. I think it's going to be about a 6-7 point margin, St. Joe's Prep for the win. And I think a big part of that is going to be the student section. Hats off to them. They've showed out. They are loud. You can probably hear them in the background. They are loud, they are proud, and they are packed. And we're still 20 minutes from game time, so it's only going to get louder. And I think that is ultimately going to help Prep move on to the Palestra in a 6-point win over Archbishop Wood.
Ryan, I'm going to turn to you. Wood looking to make an absolutely huge upset here over St. Joe's Prep. Who's going to be victorious here at the Nest?
Sean hit it right on the nose. The student section is loud. They are reacting. Archbishop Wood, they're interacting a little bit with the crowd. That's not really something that you want to see. St. Joe's Prep, they're obviously looking good right now. They didn't have a terrible game against Father Judge, but they can obviously get hot at the right time. Obviously, Archbishop Wood, they have players like Rowan Phillips back, but at the end of the day, St. Joe's Prep is St. Joe's Prep. They have an identity. They're going to use it here today. Give me St. Joe's Prep by 6.
And guys, one more thing that I want to mention that no one's really talking about. This is a rematch from last year's playoffs. A completely different Archbishop Wood team with Jaleel Bethea, Deuce Maxey, other guys like that. Of course, Jaleel Bethea being the main one. And they got the best of Prep last season. Again, it's a completely different Wood team. But not only is the student section loud and proud, but just like the Eagles, they kept receipts. They remember that game. They remember Jaleel Bethea making them angry, egging them on. And they have a little bit of bad blood with Archbishop Wood right now. And not just the section, but this team is looking for revenge. So it's not just a playoff game, Dom. It's a revenge game, in my opinion.
Yeah, Sean. 2 years ago, it was all Archbishop Wood. The second half, St. Joe's Prep blew a 15-point lead. This year, St. Joe's Prep down by a large margin, comes into overtime and wins it. And this year, I expect no different of the result this year. St. Joe's Prep is going to beat Palestra, ladies and gentlemen. I can assert you that. I can assess that this is the prescription I have for this team. Semifinals looks like a good spot for St. Joe's Prep. Palestra, here we come. St. Joe's Prep wins by 11. And as we wrap up tonight, I want to give a special thanks to Sean Drosnock and Ryan Sullivan. Thank you guys so much. Obviously contribute to some of the best PCL pregame shows I've done. But I like to say a few words before I go. Thank you so much. Make sure you are subscribed to all our channels, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever else you see WGP. And soon you'll hear from Anthony Sorgi and as well as our play-by-play, Dom Schalk, covering tonight's matchup. Thank you.
does. The road to the Palestra has reached its final stop as your number 1 seed, St. Joe's Prep Hawks, take on the Vikings of Archbishop Wood here at the Kelly Fieldhouse. The Hawks are led by the PCL MVP, Jordan Ellerby, and Dayton commit, Jaron McKee, while the Vikings come in behind Brady McAdams, a renowned first-team All-Catholic. Anthony Sorgi, my color commentator, why don't you break it down for me?
This is going to be a great game. Let's take it back to January 31st. It was a Friday night at Archbishop Wood. The Hawks down double digits with 4 minutes to go. Had a bad second half, but those last 4 minutes, everything turned around. They almost win it in regulation. A buzzer beater from Wood ties it, and then in overtime, the Hawks win by 11 points. A great comeback win. They look to carry the momentum from the rest of the regular season, just not that judge game, as the entire team walks over.
Hawks obviously the number 1 seed compared to Wood being the bottom seed. Winner of this game is headed to the Palestra as we will go on mute for the national anthem. Welcome back to the Kelly Fieldhouse, the student section. Raucous and the erupts in applause after the national anthem as the
student
starting
section,
lineups
phenomenal.
ready.
A little bit quick, but phenomenal singing by our great student section.
Starting for Archbishop Wood, Mike Green.
Hit 6 threes against the Hawks.
Caleb Lundy.
Great player there.
Brady. Bit of a confusion. They send the guy back. Brady McAdams now comes out.
A lot of boos. There's
Rowan
been some tension
Phillips.
there.
Yeah, you can. And the last player, Jaden Jenkins. Sorry, why don't you break down that tension with McAdams? Actually, we'll wait for the Hawks starting lineup. Starting lineup. We begin with Owen Chamberlain, and we will have
The vice president.
Yeah, after him, we will have Jordan Ellerby, Mackay Robertson, Jaron McKee coming up right now, and we'll close off with Will Lesovitz. Now, Sorgi, why don't you break down for us what's been happening with McAdams in this? inflamed prep student section, we'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Yesterday, heading into today, some DM circulated. McAdams saying he wants all the smoke, and the Hawks fans, they did not take kindly to those words.
Yeah. Heard quite a bit of noise anytime he was shooting in the warm-ups. Hawks will get ready to start this game, trying to come out strong after only a one-loss season in the PCL.
Yeah, this is a great Hawks team. We all know that they're 17-5 on the season. They're the best team in the state, in my opinion. And they look to go to the Palestra for the first time since 2018 tonight.
Jordan Ellerby getting quite a bit of MVP chance. He was obviously named Catholic League MVP.
It wasn't a question.
As well as
almost,
our coach.
Yeah.
Coach Jason Harrigan named Coach of the Year in the PCL. Quite frankly, I think the race for Player of the Year might have been between the Prep's own Jordan Ellerby and Jaron McKay.
Yeah, I mean, you had a guy like Kavere Kennedy in there, but I would say that apparently Ellerby almost unanimous.
As he should. Get ready for the tip. It'll be Will Lesovitz and Jaden Jenkins taking it.
You can feel the gym shaking.
Lesovitz at a height disadvantage, manages to win the tip. Brought down by Jaron McKay.
Great job there by Lesovitz.
It's going to be Ellerby with it. Working on McAdams. Robertson with it now. Hits McKee under the basket for the first bucket of the game.
That's what you call fundamentals, Dom. Beautiful, beautiful start by the Hawks.
Strong cut by McKee.
Absolutely.
Leads to an open bucket. Helps when the defender falls. Ellerby guarding tightly. Pulled by Mike Green. It's off the back iron. Rebounded by Ellerby.
Great pass. Just couldn't get the shot down.
Yeah, I agree. No doubt he was open. Ellerby dribble handoff to Jaron McKee. Pull! Off the right side. Rebounded by Makai Robertson. He's guarded by Rowan Phillips. He's working in the mid-range. Kicks it out. Jaron McKee, second chance. Gets it to go.
That's your guy. The Dayton commit with a big three, putting up the Hawks 5-0 here.
We'll be guarding McAdams out top. Drives, kicks to Green. Green to Phillips. Phillips will drive the freshman with the scoop layup around Makai Robertson.
Rowan Phillips was out for a long time. Came back, had double-digit points against Bonner. Looks to keep that going into today.
Chamberlain with it. Hawks trying to get a bit of off-ball movement going. Go to Jordan Ellerby. He'll take it right to the basket. Gets stripped. They're going to say it went off him, and it will be Vikings ball.
You know, those calls are going to happen. We saw it in the judge game.
Expressing some disapproval from the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't like it, but it's going to happen.
Ellerby out there on Caleb Lundy. McAdams will drive off the screen from Jenkins. Gets blocked by Ellerby. Referee calls a foul, and he'll be at the line to shoot two.
I don't know how much it felt like a ticky-tack call, very simply. It felt ticky-tack.
Yeah.
And especially in the playoffs, I think you always let the boys play.
Yeah. I feel like he got a clean hand on that ball. B. McAdams at the line. I'm sure you'll be hearing a lot of noise. First one is good.
I'm not chanting anything if I'm the Hawks Nest here. I'm just screaming as loud as possible. Just make the noise too much for him.
So a bit of that in quite a lot of these high school games.
Yeah. There you go. He still makes it, though.
Goes 2 for 2 from the line.
The guy gets to the line a lot, Dom.
It'll be Chamberlain bringing it up.
That's who you want bringing the ball up 24/7, 365.
Oh, he's going to drive on McAdams. He'll bring it out. Mid-range fadeaway. Air ball, unfortunate.
Can't shoot those shots. Get better looks.
I agree. I mean, it's a shot he can make, but
he can
doesn't capitalize right. As Lesovitz pokes it away, he's just going to take it right to the basket. Can't get the roll. Ellerby rebound. Out to Chamberlain in the corner. Nothing but net as the Hawks extend the lead.
The Big O, the relative of Wilt Chamberlain.
I hope he's his own relative.
With a big
McAdams
play.
drives on Chamberlain. Bounces him away with the body. Too strong on the finish. McKee will have the board and bring it up calm.
On the last possession, great rebound by Ellerby, by the way, offensively.
Strong hustle from the FGCU commit.
Yeah.
Guy Robertson with the top of the key. He's guarded by Lundy. He'll take it. Tries to go high on the layup. Can't get it to go.
The form was interesting. I didn't see it, but he
Almost
tried. Couldn't get the
quasi
ball.
hook shot. Lundy takes it on Ellerby. Gets Lesovitz and Ellerby to jump. Manages to put it in.
Not terrible defense. You had a lot of guys surrounding him down there. He gets the shot up anyway. what you got to expect. Close game thus far, exactly what we all thought it was going to be tonight.
Chamberlain bringing it up nice and calm. Lesovitz and Ellerby trying to sort out some off-ball movement. Hand off to Jaron. He's taking it hard against Green.
Yeah. Trying to get some defensive fouls called there.
Remember, no shot clock, can take as long as they want.
Move quick here if you're the Prep. You got to run that fast-paced offense and catch Wood off guard all night.
Chamberlain will try and break his man down. Now to Robertson. Step back. Chamberlain open, top of the key. Yet again, he knocks it down.
His last home game, and the guy is coming up big early.
I mean, Owen, I don't think anybody really embodies the Prep more. Just such a holds his team together so well. And Gil Bundy fouled, driving to the rack by Will Lesovitz. I do agree.
Yeah, I agree. The student section doesn't like it. I agree with
I mean, they aren't going to like any calls against the Prep.
Exactly.
It's natural.
That's welcome to the Kelly Fieldhouse, folks. That's how things roll around here. Lundy is a really good player now. You can't deny that.
I mean, to be a starter on a PCL playoff team, you have to be.
Exactly.
Lundy, nothing but net in the first.
I gotta say, I don't know the last time I've ever seen the student section this packed.
I mean, we had some good student sections last year. Against Delia Bethea's squad last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, earlier this year, Neumann and LaSalle. LaSalle was raucous, but I think this is the biggest size-wise. Lundy knocks down the second as Prep still leads 11-8.
I mean, you should be hitting your free throws. Like, everyone should be hitting their free throws, so no shock there.
Trying to break the zone right here.
Yeah.
Gets it to Jaron McKee. Little paint jumper works.
Yeah.
High arcing.
I mean, Jaron McKee does that jumper. Him and Ellerby are better than anyone at it.
Hawks getting strong on defense. Kind of running that matchup 2-3, shifting along. Forgot to mention, Julian McKee subs in for Mekhi Robertson. Ball's tipped, front rimmed right there by Lundy. It's going to go out. They'll say it's off Lesovitz.
You got to take it. Good deflection there. Get deflections all night, Dom.
Could not agree more. It'll be Lundy now, tossing it in. Finds McAdams. Tough fadeaway in the face of Lesovitz. Gets it to go.
Ellerby left him to Lesovitz. I would have stayed on him, but, you know, miscommunications happen all the time.
I mean, Lesovitz is no slouch on defense.
Yeah, for sure. Just that didn't go his way.
Oh, searching through the open man through this zone. It'll be Jaron with it. Top of the key. Gives the Ellerby. Hold pump fake. Lesovitz in the corner. Can't get it to go. Chamberlain, offensive rebound. Tries to put it back in. Can't get it. Third chance points from Julian McKee.
Offensive boards win basketball games, and Julian McKee is going to be a huge part of that.
McKee, I mean, such a great hustle guy off the bench. Always fights for some exceptional rebounds.
Good defense here.
Phillips getting clamped up a little by Chamberlain. Chamberlain stumbles. Phillips will drive. I feel like that's a bailout. He was off balance and gets rewarded. I thought Lesovitz was vertical there.
Coach Harrigan doesn't like it. Will Lesovitz doesn't like it. I don't
know. A lot of
know.
negativity going around. Not good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with them. But those, as I said, those calls are always going to happen. It's just part of the game. Not everything's always going to go your way. It's just basketball.
Phillips at the line to shoot too.
The freshman's never played in this type of atmosphere before. So
I'd hope middle school doesn't get this intense.
from the line, I think he's doing a pretty solid job.
Not showing the pressure affecting him at least.
Yeah. Trying to cut this to a one-basket game.
Brian Donahue will check in as Brady McAdams, the star of Wood, checks out.
Good guy off the bench, Donahue. He can get some solid minutes there as your sixth man.
There'll be a call for a screen from Julian McKee. He'll drive. Has the big man Jenkins on him.
Mike Green's defense of Jaron McKee has been really well so far.
Going for a bit of ISO here. Loses his dribble. Now drives. Beautiful layup around, but can't get it to go. Tosses it up. Looking for the foul. Doesn't get it.
One of the no call, didn't get it.
Little rushed mid-range jumper right there. But Jenkins will get the second chance points. It was it was Lundy on that rush to mid-range.
Yeah, the student section has to keep the energy here. I know we're only up 1, but you got to keep that energy and stay loud.
Yeah.
Keep that support behind the guys. Makai Robertson's going to be a huge part of this game.
Robertson has it, drives on Phillips. Spin out, it's McKee in the corner. Doesn't go, rolls off the rim.
When your best rebounder is the guy
Qualify-
shooting it, you're not going to have a chance for a rebound most of the time.
Lundy has it, guarded by McKee. Jaron. Donahue in the corner off the back iron. McKee tips it over Jenkins and pulls it in for the Hawks.
Phenomenal rebound there by the senior.
McKee driving on Jenkins. He'll give it back to Jaron. Hole pull from the corner this time. Front rim, no good. Easy put back dunk by Julian McKee. Timeout, Archbishop Wood.
Those are the plays that are going to bring the energy into this place. And they're going to have Wood shaking in their boots a little bit here.
Student section's rocking. Wood reeling a little bit. Only down 3, but the momentum of this place makes it feel like it's 13.
We need to get a soundtrack or something to see these levels, because if you put your hand on the table, you can feel it shaking a little bit.
Hawks, I think they've come out very impressively. Just got to avoid the fouling. I mean, giving up 6 of Wood's 14 at the free-throw line.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I would say is you got to have a lead going into halftime, but you can't slow down in the third quarter. That's what we've seen them do on the road. Not as much at home. I guess against Judge a little bit, but you have to just stay confident. You have to don't let the other team kind of get to you, and don't let them make their halftime adjustments work.
You know what I just realized? I never said I was on play-by-play. Dominic Schalk on play-by-play here as Caleb Lundy brings the ball up against Owen Chamberlain. Willoughby has it, guarding McAdams. Hawks still in that matchup, 2-3. It'll be Jenkins flashing 3 for the line. He'll get it. Nice bounce pass inside. Gets intercepted by Ellerby.
That's why he's the MVP.
Gonna push it with celerity down the court. Chamberlain for the 3rd time this game. In and out. McKee rebound in the middle of 3 people. Puts it up. Gets swatted by Jenkins. They want a foul.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Lundy walks in transition from the pressure.
There you go.
By Makai Robertson. Turnover, Vikings.
A cha-cha there by the Vikings. And for the Hawks, Jordan Ellerby going to be able to inbound this one to the Big O.
Student section's right. I don't think they can do that.
They cannot do that at any level.
Yeah.
This one-on-one, 2 of the best players in the PCL.
Ellerby off the screen, mid-range jumper. Knocks it down, routine.
He's too good. He's the MVP for a reason.
Vikings may hold for the last shot here. We're at 36 seconds. Hawks lead by 5. Take that back. Phillips will take a contested shot by Julian McKee. Stuffed right there.
There you go. Getting deflections, getting blocks, but that one's
Robertson
go the
loses
other
it in transition. Late whistle there, I feel, is called. And there will be a foul called in transition. That'll put accidental buzzer there.
Yeah.
But
it happens.
that will give the Vikings possession with 22.7 on the shot clock. Hawks still up 5.
Yeah,
I feel like that was a very poor shot from Phillips right there. I mean, McKee was kind of smothering him. And I suppose I see the appeal trying to go 2 for 1, but
Miles
there's a shot
Peterson
clock. Yes, Miles Peterson will come in, and it's
No,
Jordan Ellerby that comes
a
out.
little bit surprising.
Peterson, he's been a solid fixture in the Hawks rotation. Typically in that 7th-man role you see him in. Lee Phillips driving.
Great defense.
Looking for something. Makai Robertson grabs in there. Jump ball. Jump ball is called. Arrow belongs to Wood, though.
That goes to the Hawks.
According to our scoreboard, it says Wood.
Okay, well, then it's Wood. There's a little bit of confusion. Each team thought they had it. But, yeah, it will be Archbishop
Thanks,
Wood.
Russ, for making the right call. I didn't want the ball. Hawks didn't want the ball. But
We see
substitution here.
Yeah.
Donahue comes off for Wood as
Jenkins.
Jenkins comes on. No, Jenkins has been on. It's that was Mike Green coming on, I believe.
Yeah.
Pass off the back by Lundy. He'll get fouled on the floor again. Massive foul disparity. Hawks have 5 called against him. Wood has 0.
Can we talk about how tall Jenkins is? Jaden Jenkins, he's a sophomore, and he's 6'8".
Hey, nothing the Hawks aren't used to. They handled Sharif Jackson. I mean, first team All-State last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to say with ease, because nothing came with ease in that Roman game, but
They
handled it quite well.
6 points.
Single digits for sure.
Yeah. 6 points between the Jackson brothers. That's hard to do. Here we go. 2 chills back.
Jenkins will come off, and so will Phillips as Malachi Warren comes on. and number 13, Davis Carter. Peterson is now off for Ellerby, as my color commentator mentioned.
Yep.
Foul called, trying to bring it up. That will be against Malachi Warren.
2.5 seconds, enough time to get a quick catch and shoot up there.
Especially when you have such fast guys on this squad,
Yeah,
as
who-
the Hawks do.
Who do you want the ball in the hands of here?
I kind of wanted it in Mackay.
I don't
Strong,
blame him.
fast slasher. Try and give a screen to get him open.
I think they're going to try to go to two-chill. We'll see.
Ellerby will get it. He'll drive. Goes into a triple team. Another blocking foul there. Wood has plenty of fouls to give, and they won't exactly reject it.
Yeah. Warren with 2 fouls on the day. Only 2 fouls for these Vikings.
He's also only been in for about 2 possessions.
Yeah. He's not a starter, though, so if you have a guy who can give fouls, it's for sure him. I think that's part of the
That's a fair
strategy
point.
for Wood here.
Hawks moving. They'll give it to McKee. He's stuffed up. He'll pull a shot. No good. Looking for the pass and then gets stuck up.
What did we expect, Dom? A great first quarter from both teams. The Prep doing their job. They're up. But for the Vikings, you can't be mad with this performance.
Great. Hawks, I think the main issue is the foul disparity. I mean, those 2 fouls at the end by Wood, I mean, they're intentional, trying to give away fouls.
Yeah.
It's just 5 fouls in actual play that are sending Wood to the line. You can't afford that. And it's going to just mess up their defensive scheme.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for both teams here, they're looking to play their style of ball and win that way, right? That's how each team is going to look to do it, and the Prep is doing it better because they're the best team in the PCL. They're the best team in the state. And it's that simple. The best team should do this. And if the Prep can't win this game, they don't deserve to be at the Palestra. For Wood,
Well, yeah, that's what happens if you lose in the
yeah, that's true. For Wood, they're looking to pull off a crazy, crazy upset. I just don't see it happening through a quarter. I just don't see this upset happening. The Hawks are playing too well.
Please don't jinx it. But I do agree. I think the Hawks have been too strong of a team this season to fall early as they retain a 3-point lead. Second quarter about to begin. Hawks starting lineup is Olin Chamberlain, Jordan Ellerby, Julian McKee, Jaron McKee, and Mackay Robertson.
The McKee brothers.
Coming back out for the Vikings, it's going to be Mike Green, Jaden Jenkins, Rowan Phillips, Brady McAdams, and Caleb Lundy.
There you go. You got a lot of good players on this floor right now, Dom.
Starters all except you witness Julian McKee in instead of Will Lesovitz.
Watch for them, too, to get probably equal playing time today.
Agreed. Lesovitz missed a couple of games with injury early on. McKee stepped up. It'll be Olin driving. He'll kick back out to Ellerby.
Good
Ellerby
fake.
fakes a shot. Mid-range, passes out. McKee wide, knocks it down. Give the Hawks some momentum coming into the second.
Maybe a breakout game for Julian McKee. We'll see. He's having a great start.
Well, it's back in there, classic 2-3. It's Green with it.
This defensive style has worked well so far.
Agreed. Been a very stout defensive team this whole year. It's Green driving, getting trapped a little. McAdams has it, guarded by McKee. Good defense here. Has a hand in the face on the mid-range.
There you go.
Rolls out.
The student section liked that one. I was expecting to see a lot of McKee versus McAdams today, and we saw it right there.
McKee off his brother's screen. Front rims the mid-range.
Would have more guys down there. That's why they got the board.
Lundy mid-range pull. Gets it to go.
Fundamentals. Just a good chop. Very simple.
Chamberlain bringing it up against Lundy now. Going to work him down and look for a pass. Hand off to Ellerby, sets a bit of a screen on McAdams. Ellerby baseline pulls. High archer over Lundy. Nothing but net.
Jordan Ellerby showing that he can do whatever it takes to get those shots in.
Hawks student session wanted a bit of a 5 seconds, but McAdams will get it in time.
Miscommunication by the Vikings early in this possession.
Agreed. Lundy declines the screen from Phillips. To Green in the corner. Phillips now. Drives straight into Julian McKee. Strong verticality. Missed by Phillips, and it will be the Hawks bringing it up.
Good no call there.
Agreed. Ellerby getting the work on Green. Now it's McKee pulls again, drains it to get Wood to call timeout again, and injury timeout right here for,
That's
Can't-
Lundy.
can't see a number, but I do believe that is Lundy.
It's not good as the Hawks bench just kind of sitting there watching. He seems to be in a lot of pain, Dom.
Don't want to speculate, obviously, but we will wish for the best for him.
Absolutely.
Hope he gets up on his own power.
For Wood here, they're in a really tough situation because when one of your guys is down, it's hard to think about the game. What you want to think about is your guy because that's your brother who you play with on the court day in and day out. So a tough.
Can't tell that is number 11, Caleb Lundy.
That's a tough situation to be in. You see those four guys just kind of looking over at Lundy. Not going to be fully dialed into what their coach is saying.
Agreed. Hope Wood can come out of this. And then the Hawks, I think they've come out very well in this second quarter. The shooting is on point from both McKees, knocking
Absolutely.
down shots from beyond the arc as Lundy manages to get up on his own power, walks over to the bench.
Yeah, and it's going to be Donahue in. I don't think you expected anyone else.
Agreed. Donahue been one of the few substitutions Wood has made in this game.
Yeah.
Hawks come out in the same lineup. McKee leading the scoring right now with 10. Chamberlain and Ellerby, also Julian McKee, all contributing. Still lacking in from score from Will Lesovitz, although I'm sure he will get on the board.
And Wood there lost their leading scorer who has 6 on the day in Lundy.
Adams has it. He's guarded by Robertson. Screen by Donahue. Pass to Phillips. Whole drive. Try and take it to McKee. McKee goes vertical.
Great defense, forced a bad shot.
Again, another good contest at the rim. Ellerby wraparound behind the back to Jaron McKee. Yet again, he knocks it down. Incredibly flashy play by the Hawks. Gets them into double digits.
The dynamic duo strikes again.
Adams catches the Hawks napping and gets a drive.
Still up 10.
Ellerby now bringing it up. Screen by Julian McKee, pulls it off the rim.
Heartbreaker. This prep offense, I like how quick they're moving. That's how you want to be and catch this defense lacking in a lot of ways.
100%. Compelling point. Sorgi. Mike Green pulls from a pretty deep range, but he gets it to go. Wood of Wood's most prolific shooters.
The definition of a three-point specialist. Hawks look for to get this back to double digits here.
Dribble handoff to Ellerby. Tries to bullet a bounce pass into Julian McKee. Had him just too much velocity.
Yeah.
Not the issue typically.
Again, another heartbreaker. Those miscommunications are going to happen, though, always on offense. You're going to see that with even the best teams.
Concur as it's going to be. Green bringing it up.
And there's the nest being loud.
Green doing a bit of ball handling. He'll give it off to Malachi Warren. He's going to try and pass it out. Doesn't get it to go. And it will be another turnover against the Vikings.
All fair, what did I say? One of the keys to the game was cause havoc, and that's what they did there.
Agreed. That matchup 2-3 can give teams nightmares. Ellerby bringing it up. Jaron McKee has it. He's trapped in the corner. We'll get it out to Chamberlain. Chamberlain to Robertson. Bit short on the bounce pass. Robertson can't field it correctly. It's going to be Warren driving on Chamberlain. Gets it to fall in transition.
Coach Harrigan's upset about something. I'm not sure what.
I mean, Wood did just cut the lead from 12 to 5, so
Yeah.
I see what he's getting at. Hawks trying to break this pressure by the Vikings.
Good pressure by Wood.
Implementing double teams in his zone format. Ellerby spins. Beautiful mid-range. Rolls in pretty.
The mid-range shot usually isn't efficient, but for this Hawks team it is.
More MVP chance breaking out. McAdams has it. Guarded by Robertson. Now it's Warren. Green.
Good
Jenkins
ball
flashes
movement.
free throw line. Gets denied.
Yeah.
Set a screen for McAdams, who will choose not to take it. Stumbles around in transition. Julian McKee, big body for the board. Robertson pushing. Risky pass to Ellerby and a blocking foul called against Mike Green.
Mike Green put a lot of effort in there, and that was for sure a foul. There's no question there.
Just couldn't get body positioning. It'll be Mike Green coming off and Brian Donahue as Rowan Phillips comes on, and so does Caleb Lundy. Hawks retain the same starting lineup. Little backdoor cut, reverse lay along the baseline. Jaron McKee.
Fundamentals win basketball games, and the most fundamental play is the backdoor cut.
Hawks trying to stay strong on defense, building back that lead after Wood managed to clap it. Pump fake into the mid-range, blocked by Julian McKee yet again.
Phillips got lucky with the recovery.
Agreed. Tipped right there, and they'll say it's off McAdams. The havoc caused by Jordan Ellerby results in a turnover.
Yeah, great play there by the Hawks, and the student section getting loud after the McAdams turnover.
Ellerby bringing it up here. Gets a screen from both the McKee brothers and pulls. Can't get it to fall from beyond the arc.
Great look, as you said, just couldn't get it to fall.
Wood just struggling to get something going here after that little bit of a mini run. It's going to be Phillips. He takes aim from the free throw line, front rims the jumper. Rebound yet again, Julian McKee.
Julian McKee is going to be.
Oh, he's going to push it hard and fast. Transition for Owen Chamberlain. No good. Ellerby fighting for the board. Gets it to Robertson. And there's going to be a foul called as Robertson backs into Warren there. Called an offensive.
I get that it's going the other way, but Jordan Ellerby, man. This guy, you know he's beat up after a long, long season and a timeout on the floor, but for Ellerby, still putting in 110% effort.
You know what I mean? PCL MVP, 1 seed secured, and yet there's still no days off, as you can see on the court.
Yeah. And it felt like, I talked to Jerry McKee about this last night, but for them, it really turned around after Vegas when they had a players-only meeting. The practices after Vegas were brutal for this team. They're able to just turn it around, and they haven't looked back since. They started with that win over Salesianum, and they've only lost 1 game in this new year.
I mean, I had the pleasure of going out to Las Vegas. I mean, fun trip, but the Hawks unfortunately came back from the Tarkanian Classic 1-3, losing some tight ones right there and some not so tight ones. But the way they've battled back and were undefeated from their return until that Father Judge game to close the PCL season.
Yeah.
Ripping off just an unprecedented amount of wins.
Yeah, and obviously tonight the PCL is the most important thing, advancing to the Palestra. But at the same time, you're also playing for state seeding. And you're looking for a chance to play Imhotep Charter again. A team
we'll have to see that rematch.
You know you want to play again because the Hawks, the way they're playing right now, I take them against any team in the state, and I take them against a lot of teams nationally. A lot of the teams they played in Vegas, I take them against now.
I 100% agree. I mean, some tough losses to places like Basha in Arizona and Timpview in Utah.
Yeah. I think they win those games today. Here, at this place, without a doubt.
Agreed. Ball rolling up the court. It'll be Lundy who picks it up.
Good defensive switches for the Hawks here.
Wood trying to penetrate inside the arc. It'll be Lundy driving. Tough bucket over Julian McKee. No good. His board now. Ellerby will slow down the tempo.
Jaron told me last night defensive rebounds are the key to winning this game, and that's how it's been so far.
Hawks extending that lead a little bit. Now up 9. Rough around the screen from Lundy. No call.
Coach Harrigan wanted the call. And
I mean, both arms were extended pretty solidly in the Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Chamberlain picks up his dribble. He's looking.
Finally got
That
a
was
pass.
Julian McKee guarded by McAdams. Ellerby now, he'll drive. They call him for travel. Shuffled the feet a bit too much.
I didn't see it, but he moved those feet pretty quickly.
Agreed.
Tuchel faked the 3 there. I don't mind Ellerby's play there. To just
I agree,
fake the
especially
3.
when he's so strong of a slasher. I mean,
Yeah.
rocks the rim with dunks on a common occasion. Off the screen, Mike Green. Getting trapped by Ellerby. Tough defense. Wood on a bit of a scoreless run right now.
This place is getting loud with McAdams having the ball.
Adams got it out there by Chamberlain and Mackay Robertson.
Good D by Mackay there, forces the pass.
Lundy calls to a screen from Jenkins. Pull contested mid-range, knocks it down.
No and one
type
for
of
the
shot.
Hawks who take it.
It's the type of shot you want to force them into.
Yeah, for sure, but they hit it. And, the best players in this league are going to hit those, and there's a reason why Lundy's on an all-PCL team.
Ellerby making moves. He's sizing up Jenkins. Seeing if he can catch the big man napping out on the perimeter.
Chamberlain calling for a lot of off-ball movement.
Hawks going to hold here for the last shot.
I don't mind it.
Leading by 7.
There's no guy you want the ball in the hands of more than Jordan Ellerby.
Starts creeping up towards Jenkins.
Now
He'll size
start
him
moving.
up. And an immediate foul by Jenkins. Wood has plenty of fouls to give.
Yeah.
Honestly, smart move by them. Let the Hawks wind down that clock, and then now you have 3 seconds to score, but Wood can just foul at any opportunity. Only 2 on them in the quarter.
Yeah. The Prep winning the foul game in the second quarter, though, that's for sure a bonus.
Really
and
improved
something.
on that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Here we go. Mackay inbound. I like it.
To Ellerby, instant foul by McAdams. Still gets 2 seconds off the clock, though. 1.3.
I don't know if this is something they're going to be able to do, but in the second half, I would for sure think about forcing McAdams into fouls, both when you're working on him offensively, but also on the other end trying to...
Try a little, rip through on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Ellerby gets it off the inbound. I feel like he's pretty clearly body contact fouled by Malachi Warren, but it's no good. Hawks will head into halftime with a 34-27 lead, and don't go away just yet, because we will be back in just a couple of minutes with the esteemed halftime show, Hawk Talk, at the half.
See you then.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hawk Talk at the half. I'm Sean Drosnock, and I'm joined here by Dom Campanero. Dom, how are we feeling tonight?
You know, going to this matchup, St. Prep obviously the favorite, the 1 seed taking on the 10 seed, Archbishop Wood. So far, it's exactly how I expected. It's a close game, although 7 points is not a blowout yet. I mean, this could be a 50-50 game still, and we just don't know who's going to find the result soon.
Absolutely, Dom. A great showing by both teams here, keeping it competitive, keeping it close. Both teams going band for band, if you will. A back-and-forth game. Archbishop Wood kept it very close in the first quarter. It was back and forth. Prep ended the first quarter up by 3, and then kind of ran away with it a little bit in the second quarter. Your score right now is 34-27 at the half. And, Dom, let's talk about Archbishop Wood a little bit. Who do you think's been standout for Archbishop Wood?
I mean, as I expected, Caleb Lundy for Archbishop Wood, it's just been exactly to my expectations. The man has just been consistent. Although he's 2 for 5, he's just putting up these nice shots, and he did go down with what looks like by a leg injury, but he was fine. He got back up. He dusted it off. He wants Wood to make a run so damn badly. Excuse my language, but he really, really does.
You're excused, Dom. And for me, for Wood, I wouldn't say there's anyone really standing out. Their leading scorer only 6 points. So it's I don't want to say no one's playing well because that's not fair, but I would say it's more spread out. It's more of a team effort. There's no one guy, in my opinion, who's really making a run at it. Everybody's just contributing, doing their part, doing the best they can to try to take down this better prep team. As for St. Joe's Prep, my player of the game so far would be Jaron McKee. 15 points, 3 of 5 from 3, 3 of 4 from inside the arc. Jaron also has 2 rebounds on the day. No turnover, so he's holding on to the ball. Jaron has been playing exceptionally. Dom, for the Prep, who would be your player of the game so far? Player of the half, if you will.
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. If you put up nearly half the points by your team has scored, it clearly has to be Jaron McKee. I mean, no one else on the Prep team has really come to the standing that he has. Julian McKee maybe has a chance, but 7 points may not cut it, to say the least. But yeah, for Jaron McKee, firing on all cylinders. 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, 3 for 4 from 2 range, and just knows how to play basketball well, man. I mean, not who I expected. I thought it was going to be the only Chamberlain game, the Michael Jordan flu game, as they might say. But, Jaron McKee, the guy going to Dayton, looks like he wants to be the star that he can be before going to Ohio.
And someone who shouldn't go unnoticed, you actually touched on him a little bit yourself, is Julian McKee. Julian McKee, yes, only 7 points, but 4 of them, 2 baskets off of offensive rebounds. So he's doing everything possible there. He's got the points off of three-point land. It's 1 for 3. Not the greatest percentage, but he's knocking them down. He's shooting with confidence. 7 points, and then 6 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and 2 blocks. He's just playing so well. He's playing well-rounded basketball, and he's playing aggressive basketball. He's rebounding aggressively. He's being the role player that the Prep needs. And another guy I would say, Dom, is Jordan Ellerby. Although he's only 3 for 6 from inside the arc and 0 for 3 from three-point land, he has 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is borderline. He's approaching a triple-double type of stat line. So that is something to watch out for. Jordan Ellerby also needs 13 more points to reach 1,000 points in this second half. So that is a huge storyline. Will he get it, Dom?
It's clearly on the back of his mind. And when he gets the ball, he wants to go up to the basket no matter what the result. He doesn't care about the other than scoring, to say the least. 6 points, okay so far, I tell you that. For the PCL MVP, I'm sure the expectations are through the roof for this game. But on a team like St. Joe's Prep, it's not just a one-man show. The rest
Everybody
of the team
can do it.
Exactly. The rest of the team could be a star on its own page. But as for this game, though, it's been the McKee show, to say the least. 22 total points, excuse me. That's how the family plays, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, Dom. The 2 McKee brothers, definitely my 2 best players this game. And you can hear the expectations that you were touching up on, the crowd chanting MVP every time he touches the ball. And we know Jordan's known for his highlights. Jordan Ellerby is known for the highlight plays, the slam dunks, the step-back threes, the ankle breakers, the crossovers. That is where Jordan Ellerby thrives. In those clutch moments, in those highlight plays, Jordan Ellerby is basically a walking highlight reel. But this game, he's playing such well-rounded basketball. 4 rebounds, which is more than he'd usually get in just one half, and 5 assists. This is the most we've seen Jordan facilitate in a very long time. He's facilitating better than Olin is this game. He's facilitating better than anyone on the team. He's playing different basketball than he usually does, but I wouldn't say he's underperforming.
No, I mean, to say for the whole team, the Standards have been playing so differently than they used to the past 13 games. I mean, I think when I think of St. Joe's Prep, I think of a different team. Dominant on all sides of the court. They're playing aggressive against the center. This game, they are, to the most part, they're leaving beyond the arc open, although Archbishop Wood has only made 1 3-pointer from beyond the arc on 5 of 3 attempts, excuse me. But they're playing, I don't know, they're playing different. I don't remember this Prep team from Sunday, honestly. This Prep team that played against Father Judge was so different than they are right now. Not in a good or bad way. Their style is totally different. And 7-point lead, again, it could be worse to say that, but you can take whatever you can get, Sean.
Yeah, and I'll tell you exactly. You said you don't know how they're playing different. I'll tell you exactly. Olin knocked down his first 2 for 2, right off the gate. Started early. Got 6 points before the team got 10. He came out the gate firing, something he doesn't usually do. Usually he comes out the gate facilitating, starting the offense, running the team. Today he came out shooting, lights out, honestly. And Jordan Ellerby got 2 assists in the very first 2 possessions. So he came out playing a different style than he usually plays. And yes, he's still taking a higher number of shots than other players on the team, but he's passing the ball. He's finding his open teammates. He's doing what he has to win, regardless of his personal stats. That's exactly how they're playing different basketball. Everybody is playing separate from how they usually would, except, I would say, Julian McKee. Julian McKee is continuing to be a beast inside to get aggressive rebounds, to get blocks, to get steals. That's been his forte all season. He's not changing that, and I don't think he will anytime soon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I look at him, I want to think of prime Dennis Rodman. He wants the ball. I mean, he doesn't care about anyone else. He wants the ball.
Yeah, almost analyzing the spins on those shots, just like Dennis Rodman. And also, Will Lesovitz has been somewhat of a non-factor this game. 0 for 2
and Makai, too.
0 for 2 from the field and 1 steal. Now, we have known Lesovitz and Makai to both be second-half players, so maybe that is something we'll get to see later on in this game. But as for now, excuse me, you have one more thing to say?
Yeah, I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. No one by Coach Jason Harrigan. I think he's hiding something right now. I think there's something that he's hiding about Will Lesovitz and Makai Robertson not having any points yet. I think he wants to influence the men. Julian McKee's been playing the majority of this game. Most of us has not been playing as much as McKee has been, or Olin Chamberlain, or LRB, all of them. I think they're saving them for something. Especially Makai Robertson. I mean, to his credit, he is one of the best players on the team. He's waiting for his moment, and I think Harrigan is trying to set that up to produce that moment.
Absolutely dominant. Another reason we might not be seeing as much as Lesovitz is because he got 2 early fouls early on in the first quarter. So I think he's been playing not only less, he's been sitting on the bench, but he's also been playing much more cautiously, which is affecting his stat line in this game. That's going to be all we have for Hawk Talk at the half. Just 20 seconds left until the second half starts. I'm Sean Drosnock. This has been Dom Campanero alongside me. And we'll give it back to Dom Schalk and Anthony Sorgi for the second half of play to see if the Prep can make it to the Palestra.
Now, welcome back to the third quarter of this PCL playoff game. We hope you enjoyed Hawk Talk at the half with Dominic Campanero and Sean Drosnock. Hawks lead right now by 7 heading into the third quarter, and they're hoping to continue that momentum.
Absolutely.
Sorgi, how are we feeling right now about the Hawks' chances coming into this second half?
The Hawks are 16 minutes away from the Palestra, Dom. Can you be much happier?
I could not be. I mean, it's a positive environment for them, and I feel like they've had solid control of this game the whole time. Game will start, and Ellerby will intercept the ball over Lundy, and he will lay it in, giving the Hawks a spark plug to start the second half.
Hold on, is Lundy back?
That's number 11, Lundy with the ball.
Lundy back.
Miscommunication between him and Brady McAdams. Bounce pass goes out of bounds. And the Hawks start this third quarter on a roll.
Yeah. Great start for the Hawks. 2 possessions in, and they are rocking and rolling.
That's tucking his jersey in.
Just got to keep this momentum from the second quarter. They played a great second quarter. They look to carry that into the third and fourth here.
Shouldn't be keeping it up. Gives it to Lesovitz, who'll swing it to Chamberlain. Ellerby now. Drives, bounce pass out, Lesovitz. Can't get the catch and shoot to go. Back rim for him as Lundy will dribble it up.
Not a bad shot, but some of those shots just aren't falling.
Lundy sizes up Ellerby, drops a shoulder into him. Back rim on the little mid-range. Lesovitz fights for it, knocks down Lundy.
Shocking no charge, but Prep gets the ball anyway. It doesn't matter.
Jaron fakes the pass. Nylon from long range.
This place is electric up 12.
Lundy also appears to be a bit shaken up. Was down earlier this game, and now is holding his elbow, grimacing a bit after that collision with Lesovitz.
The student section jumping here, Dom.
Robertson guarding Phillips.
Great defense.
Phillips will drive, and Robertson manages to make him kick it out. Green tries to do something. Scoop layup on the left side. No good. Jenkins over the back on Jaron McKee. Hawks will keep possession.
Not bad form there from Green, but the Hawks able to get it.
I mean, Green's a spot-up shooter type of guy. not exactly his forte.
Yeah. And here we go. Hawks looking to expand this lead possibly to 15 on this possession.
12 points, which I believe is the highest this lead got in the second quarter.
Yeah. Biggest lead all game.
Ellerby
Great pass.
rifles it to Lesovitz in the corner, and it's just routine at that point. You knew that was going in. That's Lesovitz's spot, and he drills it.
Earlier I said Green's a three-point specialist. Lesovitz is that times two.
Yeah. Kelly Fieldhouse is rocking. Phillips guarded by Robinson. Screens him and he's set by McAdams. Whole pull. Air ball from Phillips.
And the Nest is going to let him hear it.
They'll be taking it up, keeping the tempo nice and slow.
Oh, beautiful play by Lesovitz to get Ellerby in.
Drives mid-range off the screen from Lesovitz. No good. Rebound there by Phillips.
Great shot, but just inches off.
So Lundy with it. He's guarded by Ellerby. He's going to size him up and try and drive. Takes it right into his chest. Ellerby, bit of fighting down low, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
That was a 50-50 call. It went on Ellerby.
I think honestly,
can't be too mad at it.
if you want to call that call, I'd call it on the first move that Lundy made, where I feel like Ellerby was reaching in.
Yeah, I would agree there.
But the time he called, it might have just been a late whistle. Timeout. I believe that's Archbishop Wood yet again.
Yes, it is. Have the Hawks taken a timeout yet?
They took one in the second quarter,
yeah,
I believe, because Wood cut the lead from 12 to 5.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, for the Hawks, they're doing everything they should. Up 42-27. I said you couldn't be happier than you were at halftime. A lot happier now.
The strong point I have to agree with. Jersey night here in the Hawks student section. See a lot of good jerseys.
It's such a great mix, right? Because you see
McDonald's All-American, Will
Yeah.
Lesovitz AAU,
I mean, right next to each other, I see an Auburn jersey,
Cam
a,
Newton.
a Sixers jersey, and a Oregon jersey, and then you got Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got, it would seem like a
Sea of Kelly Green, all
a lot of Kelly Green.
assorted Eagles players. Shaq Orlando, I mean, there's just a lot of them. The Lundy inbounding it for the Vikings.
I'm surprised Lundy's back.
Tosses it off the back of Lesovitz and taps it in. He did the exact same thing earlier
It's a great IQ
and
play.
failed. Managed to get fouled by Lesovitz, though. Would have liked to see the Hawks kind of looking out for that, considering he's already shown his hand, but
Can't be caught lacking, but it happens.
still up by plenty.
Exactly.
Bit of movement right here. Robinson rifles it into the paint. Ellerby taps it in over the much larger Jenkins.
That's why he's the MVP.
Ellerby.
That would be
quite a
sitting
bit.
with double digits now.
Might be on track for a triple-double. I believe he has 5 and 5 on assists and rebounds. McAdams driving on Lesovitz. Stays up strong. I believe Lesovitz actually steps on him right there.
4 rebounds, 7 assists.
4 rebounds, 7 assists.
You could get that triple double.
Yeah.
I mean, I predicted a Jordan Ellerby legacy game here. And by the way, he's only 9 points away from that 1,000 mark. Let's not forget that. If I'm Coach Harrigan, I'm saying just give it to Jordan here. He's your best scorer, and at the same time,
Let him get to work.
Yeah.
Inbound play right
There
here.
you
They
go.
try to lob it to Jenkins. Too long even for his massive wingspan. Lob down the field, and Owen Chamberlain will be fouled. McAdams falls on top of Chamberlain, and the student section lets him have it.
Yeah, man, that is, I mean, Olin did a great job there trying to get the shot up. And
Doesn't even say anything, getting back up, just staying nice and calm.
yeah, if you're McAdams, you're dealing with, I mean, this is the biggest real true home gym in the PCL.
Massive.
And for this Hawks team, that advantage is here more than any in the league.
On Chamberlain, front rims the first.
Missed free throws have been an issue for this team this year. It's something that we saw them working on pregame. And for the most part, they were draining him. They haven't been bad tonight, but the Hawks not really going to the line much tonight.
Magic fingers work the second
There you
time.
go.
Chamberlain knocks it down, splits the 3 throws.
I like Ellerby playing this defense here on Lundy.
Only taking it with a lot of pace.
They're trying to move quick, catch the Hawks off guard.
Agreed. Out to Phillips, he'll fumble it. He'll pick it up yet again.
That's a
Bit of an
beautiful
odd shot selection, but he gets it to go. Strong from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful shot there from the Viking.
Boy trying to make something happen. He'll hand it off to Ellerby.
Oh.
Tipped away by Mike Green. It's going to be Lesovitz meeting him at the basket. Doesn't choose to jump, though.
First time we've really seen something like that, but now the Hawks only up 11. They need a bucket here to just
Not
get
shocked.
back in that rhythm.
Hawks have been doing a lot of typical stuff. They do
Yeah.
the handoff to Ellerby on the right side, and then they try and pass it to Lesovitz, top of the key. I mean, when you keep doing the same thing, a strong team like Wood is going to capitalize.
You can tell Ellerby wants to take the shot.
Ellerby has Jenkins again. Both times he's had him so far on the perimeter, he's taken it right to his heart. It's going to slow down the tempo here, just dribbling in place, sizing him up.
I wonder if they're looking for a switch here, something to give, which it will.
Jenkins will come up and press. Kick to Chamberlain in the corner, wide open. Air ball, unfortunately, into the hands of McAdams.
McKee went down there at the end.
Julian McKee slips in the backcourt. And Braden McAdams tries to dunk and misses it. Hacks Lesovitz on the rebound. It doesn't get called for it. Tries to kick it out to Jaron McKee, but Julian McKee's face happens to block it.
And the student section is letting McAdams here. And I mean,
Pretending not to turn around.
Think about this for a second. If he gets that dunk, not only is it a huge momentum shift,
It's a silencer of the crowd.
It cuts this lead down to single digits.
Yeah.
So a huge miss there.
Also, not to be a referee complainer, certainly committed a frustration foul on Lesovitz that I'm surprised wasn't called.
The prep doesn't tend to get calls in these big games.
They don't need them.
Very true, they win.
McAdams dribbles in the 3 men. Turnover by McAdams as he'll toss it to Ellerby.
Scrappy defense.
In transition, Jaron sets his feet wide in the corner. In and out. His brother, that's going to be off McAdams' hands, and Hawks will retain possession.
Here, I do want to just take a quick, I want to say, Jaron McKee, 18 points on the day. He's 57% from 3.
4 of 7 from three-point land.
So what you want to see here is McAdams takes the bench.
Plenty of goodbye waves, and it will be a timeout. Hawks trying to regroup a little bit.
The Brady chants ringing out. I want to take a quick look at Archbishop Wood's stats thus far on the day for the Vikings. You look at Mike Green has 7 points. It's Caleb Lundy with 10, McAdams with 6, and then you look at Rowan Phillips, 9. Only his second game back from injury, an impressive performance by him. And yeah,
coming back from injury to get that big win over Bonner, something you have to admire.
Yeah, I mean that was an impressive win. We were just there, less than a week ago, and
massive comeback by the Hawks.
Yeah, but Bonner's gym is not easy to play in, especially when the student section is loud. We didn't see them for the Hawks game as loud as you would have thought they were, but point is, it's a tiny gym, it's a tough place to play, and both teams proved they can get those tough road wins. For Wood, though, down 11, looking like it's going to be hard to do so tonight.
Agreed. McKee will lob it up, give it to Lesovitz, who's pressured a bit by Green, doesn't do anything.
Get the ball in the hands of the MVP, that's what they do.
Orby's just going to hold it yet again, waiting for a bit of off-ball movement.
I like the direction of traffic by Ellerby there.
Lesovitz sets a screen and gets Jenkins back on the Ellerby, exactly where he wants him. Drives on Jenkins, gets a blow by.
Oh!
I think he may have just went over Lundy's head practically with an incredible finish at the rim. Strong layup.
That's what an MVP does right there.
Lundy's trying to take the charge, and it doesn't matter when Ellerby's legs are at his head.
Yeah.
Foul called on the floor against Will Lesovitz.
We knew Ellerby has hops, but that's extremely, extremely impressive. And Ellerby only 7 points away now after that bucket. Just getting just that closer to history as we see Jenkins out. Big size advantage now for the Hawks with the 6'8" center out of the game here.
Jenkins out. I'm trying to see who came in. That's Malachi Warren, who will get the inbound right here. What a floater is good.
I didn't think that was going to go in at first. It bounced in and out. Was able to get it to fall. Tuchel seems to say, let me do it here. Or Ellerby there saying, let me do the work.
Finds Robertson cutting. He's under the basket. He'll go up with it. Too far. Rebounded by Warren.
Good effort by Mackay. Just couldn't get it in.
Yeah. Strong cut and good find by Ellerby. Just not a proper finish.
There you go.
Lundy drives, tries to get it. Mackay Robertson in transition. Beautiful two-hand slam. Shakes the Kelly Fieldhouse as Archbishop Wood goes down 13.
Wood's got to be shaking in their boots right now after that one. The nest as electric as it's been all night.
Student section roars as Phillips has it. Tries to regain a little bit of momentum for the Vikings. Mike Green in the corner pressured. It's Lundy driving on less of it. Gets stuffed at the rim. Verticality. McAdams tries to save it, and it goes off his hand. That'll be Hawks retaining possession.
Great effort by Lundy, but the Hawks just, they're too good of a team, Dom, very simply. There's a reason they're the best team in the state.
LRB clapping his hands quite a bit.
Olin talking to the ref right now, seeming to confirm something.
Will Lesovitz will come off.
Julian McKee. Get here.
Oh, long time no see. Owen Chamberlain fades the pressure, gets the ball back from LRB. To McKee, whole drive baseline. To McKee. Robertson, top of the key, pulls too long, bounces in and out. And that will go back in.
Yeah, that is
bounces in and out and in again.
Phenomenal ball movement is my takeaway there.
The bank is wide open. Phillips will drive into a triple team. Gets blocked again by McKee, and they'll call it landing space foul. I feel like that's ticky-tack.
I thought it was mostly all ball, but...
Yeah. Phillips, I feel like he is a freshman, so you can discuss. So, like, you can't criticize too harshly, but that is not the first time he's taken a questionable mid-range and specifically gotten blocked by Julian McKee for it.
Those are the kinks you work out throughout your 4 years in the PCL. You just gotta learn the game as you go, and you're facing a crazier level of competition than you could ever imagine facing when you walk in on day one of practice.
Phillips gets the first one to fall.
I feel like for a young guy like Phillips, seeing him shoot these free throws and make them, if you're Wood, that's encouraging because you want to see those good habits start early.
You want to see strong nerves in a playoff environment.
Yeah, for sure. Calm, cool, and collected.
Goes 2 for 2 from the line. Lesovitz now in, and Julian McKee is off. I believe that happened after the first free throw.
That'll wrap up this third quarter here. We'll see if the Hawks just hold it.
Yeah. Hawks seem likely to, especially with the pressure from Wood. LB and Chamberlain ping-ponging it between each other. Chamberlain, bit of a trap. Gets whacked a bit in the head, but doesn't get a call, and that will be a 3 transition bucket for Malachi Warren.
Olin's moving this up quick, 5 seconds.
5 seconds here. Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, relatively open, but they will call a travel right there. 0.2 seconds left. Wood will have possession, although I doubt they have enough to get a shot off.
Olin thought that was the end of the quarter. He came to the bench, and Julian McKee said, now you're back out there.
And the travel is instantly called on Caleb Lundy.
Because when it hits the end of the clock, we need to... I found the setting. I just don't...
Fourth quarter will begin shortly. Hawks lead 52-40. The student section remains stout, and
they're not sitting
one
down.
quarter away from the Palestra.
I mean, I see a couple guys leaving. I'm kind of surprised. There's a little bit of a filter out.
Sometimes the dedication, breaks my heart. You see it sometimes. Saw a bit of people leaving early from the Neumann game as well. But
and now everyone
student section remains strong.
This is the best student section in the PCL. Night in, night out, no question.
Helps you actually have the space for them.
Yeah, I mean, like
just our student section alone might fill up some of the gyms.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about Silent Night at LaSalle and whatever else you want to talk about, but consistently, this is the most consistent.
You know what I can't talk about?
What?
LaSalle's playoff matchup.
Yeah, because they got eliminated by Archbishop Ryan. They face the Roman Catholic tonight at Holy Family University. Technically a road game for Ryan, but they're essentially have home court at Holy Family, just 7 minutes away from campus.
Lesovitz inbounding.
8 minutes to go here. Here we
Hawks
are.
have the starting lineup out there, and it appears that Wood does as well.
Jordan Ellerby just wants to take time off the clock, slow the game down, make it harder for Wood to get the comeback.
Sherman, a bit of stutter steps right there, gives it to Ellerby. Full drive on Green, step back, Harden-esque. Takes one too many steps.
I only saw 2 steps, but...
Yeah, but you try like those kind of more fluttery, professional-esque moves in high school.
Yeah.
They're always going to err on the side of calling the travel, I feel.
Good
Wandy
defense.
with it. Gives it to Jenkins in the paint. He'll hit a cutting McAdams. Jaron McKee's called for a foul. I feel like McAdams wasn't touched.
I didn't see anyone touching him.
Again, not trying to be rude to the officials. I just feel like there have been some odd fouls in this game.
Yeah.
But the Hawks, they still maintain a strong lead, and it's going to be McAdams at the line again.
McAdams can cut this down to single digits.
Yeah.
He does so.
McAdams will make it, and that will be a 9-point ball game.
And we see Caleb Lundy clapping his hands, just trying to bring that energy back for the Vikings.
Sweet. Dribble handoff to Robinson.
Makai's trying to do so much here.
Drives into Phillips, kicks it out. Jaron McKee, nylon, brings the lead back out to double digits.
McKee, 21 points on the night. He hits his 20 mark this evening. And that's team basketball right there.
Sweet. Thought the pass from Mackay was errant at first, and then
Yeah.
it finds McKee in the corner. Just beautiful teamwork and knowing where you're going. That's going to be a charge called against Brady McAdams. Takes it right into the chest. Jordan Ellerby, and his feet are set.
Jordan Ellerby, he's able to do that. He has that basketball IQ as well as anyone.
And
McAdams with 3 fouls on
that's
the
what I was
night.
just about to say.
They look to maybe force him into trouble and get him out of this game.
McAdams is going to stay out there, but I mean, one say well-timed rip through on the perimeter, or just baiting that contact on a drive could alter this game and put Wood to bed.
If he fouls out, you know that this place is going to erupt.
100%, as Julian McKee will sub in for Will Lesovitz. Foul called on the floor.
You'll take it.
Mike Green.
Taking that all day, every day.
Jen Bowen will inbound. Hawks going to set up their pre-motion. McKee in the corner. He's double-teamed, knocked away by Green. It'll stay Hawks possession.
If Jordan Ellerby can just hit 3 threes, or no, not 3 threes, you need 2 3. You just need 7 points. That's all you need, Don. So, I mean, you can get a 3 and 2 twos is going to do it.
7 in just under 7 minutes is entirely possible.
Yeah.
For a resident FGCU commit, although he does commit a turnover right there.
Was.
Lundy drives.
Oh!
Chamberlain intentionally fouls him before the shot, uncalled, and Ellerby swats it off the glass. Forced pull by McAdams is no good. Green driving, blocked by Jaron McKee.
It's not
Hawks,
often.
Hawks have all the momentum in this place.
Yeah.
Mackay Robertson wide in the corner. Air ball. Too much momentum. Jaron McKee puts it back up over the taller Jenkins, no good. And a foul is called against Julian McKee. Fast sequence right there.
What I was going to say is that on the other side, it's not often you see a team get 3 chances to get that ball in the bucket and they just can't.
Yeah. Just awkward. I mean, Chamberlain intentionally grabs Lundy, no call, and then it leads to a beautiful Ellerby block. Rebounded by Wood, gets a beautiful Jaron McKee block, but all that comes out to is just the same score as before. Phillips drives baseline, takes a jumper in McKee's face. No good yet again.
Hawks just slowing this one down.
Grind it out. Grind it out.
I will say, though, the best way to protect the lead is to expand it.
Not wrong there. Jenkins trying to challenge Robertson.
Another
Pretty
foul.
clearly reaches in.
If you can get the big man out of the game, that would also be huge. Jenkins on the day, sitting with 2 fouls.
I think what you're going to want to note here is that Wood has 3 fouls on the quarter. They're approaching that bonus relatively quickly.
Ellerby wants to do it himself.
That would be a bit of isolation on Jenkins.
When he's hot, I want him ISO sometimes.
Can't say I blame you.
Team basketball's the best way to win, but when you got a guy like Jordan Ellerby, you can't complain.
Signature dribbles getting employed against Jenkins. He'll drive. Pass down under to McKee. and he will get the ball to go under the basket. Beautiful assist by Ellerby.
That's what you call a team player.
Timeout called by the Viking.
No, technical.
Technical foul assessed against the Wood coach. Was there a whistle before that got the technical?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. And saying you can't do that to a coach, that's gutsy. But I like it.
Jaron McKee will be the shooter for the free throws.
Jordan Ellerby, by the way, with a double-double tonight.
Oh, he hit 10 assists?
He does have 10 assists on the night. Still needs 6 rebounds. I don't expect that to happen, but yeah.
You should.
Oh.
Technical free throw is front rimmed by Jaron.
This is what I'll say. I'm never going to doubt Ellerby, but with 5 minutes to go, he could get 6 rebounds. It's going to be a tough test, but. There you
Second
go.
one, good for McKee.
What you want here is just get the ball in the hands of Ellerby. I'd rather him go for that 1K mark than go for a triple-double tonight.
Agreed. You don't exactly want to see some Andre Drummond-esque possession, just tosses it off the backboard for offensive boards. But that's all secondary. The Hawks simply just winning this game, getting to the Palestra. Ellerby takes it on McAdams. Beautiful behind the back. Gets tripped by Lundy and no call.
No call.
Lundy takes it to the basket and gets a call off Julian McKee, who's completely vertical.
I thought that was more movement on the offensive side than the defensive, but
I don't think there's anybody happy in the Kelly Fieldhouse
Coach
right now
Harrigan
after
just
seeing that
cannot
sequence.
believe it.
Blatant trip of Ellerby.
Caleb Lundy, this guy's an all-PCL player. He's a really good guy on the court. And
Look, I mean, to bring it back on a more optimistic note, Hawks are up 15 with 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And Lundy will miss the first one.
12 points on the day for Lundy. Rough day to be a Viking thus far. Only with 43 points. They put up 65 against the Hawks the last time.
Rough day to be McAdams specifically. I mean,
yeah.
not really
I'm surprised
the
by
best
how,
showing from the first team All-Catholic.
I'm surprised by how engaged he still is. I mean, we saw against LaSalle, Joey O'Brien.
Lundy misses both, and McAdams will foul Lesovitz.
I'm going to use Joey O'Brien as an example of a guy who just, when they come into the Kelly Fieldhouse, just disengaged. That's what O'Brien was. McAdams is staying still somewhat in the game. You can tell he's disgruntled, but he's still into it, which is it's key if the Vikings want to pull off a miracle tonight.
Agreed. Hawks need to make up a 15-point deficit in just over 5 minutes.
I don't see it happening.
No, we'll be bringing it up. Calm. It's Malachi Warren in.
Wanted to bait the defender.
Lesovitz in instead of Julian McKee. Chamberlain tries to break the trap of Warren and Lundy. Gets foul called on him.
One foul to the bonus. Or no, that
is the bonus.
We are at the bonus. There you go. So
5 fouls against Wood.
honestly, if Wood's going to try to do this, I just want the ball in the hands of Ellerby shooting those free throws. I know he's not the most consistent, but you want to get him to 1K before the Palestra. Anything can happen in that in the Cathedral basketball.
You got a whole basketball game, and you're only focused on the 1K, man.
I'm just saying, the Hawks, I think they're going to win this.
Chamberlain knocks it down cold-blooded.
To be fair, though, Jordan Ellerby's the best player on the team. He's the guy you want the ball. He's the guy you want the hands of the ball in the hands.
PCL MVP for a reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have studs such as Owen Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, and the rest of these Hawks combined to make them the #1 seed, only 1 loss in PCL play. Unfortunate to Father Judge.
Owen Chamberlain locked in defensively.
Yeah. Lesovitz snipes the pass intended for McAdams. He'll hold on to it. Hawks going to stay calm here. Good step through by Ellerby. Makai Robertson driving, gets fouled. Looks like he was going to try and posterize someone.
He had the poster and just couldn't get it because of the foul there.
Yeah, smart foul by Green there.
Yeah, without it out. You know, you'd rather be fouled than be on a poster here at 17th and Girard.
I have to concur. Robertson will shoot 2. First one is long.
We've seen those problems. It's something you have to work on, but at the end of the day, the Hawks are still the best team in the PCL for a reason. Little things like that can be fixed, especially for an underclassman like Robertson.
One of the top sophomores in the country, let alone. Robertson will go 0-2 from the line, though. Ellerby tips the pass, but it goes right to McAdams. Whole drive. Too strong, and it just rims out. Kind of a routine play. He bungles.
McAdams does not have double digits on the day. 9 points.
What's his shooting?
Currently shooting 37% from the field.
Not the best. Lesevitz will get it under basket. Kind of a lob layup right there for the junior.
Hawks in a good spot.
He brings it down with quickness. Tries to kick it out to the corner. McAdams pulls. Back rim yet again. Lesevitz tries to go for the board. Tipped out by Wood. Hawks gain possession.
The Hawks, I like how they just let it go, let it head to the other end. And Brady McAdams, if they can hold him to single digits, that would be a win in itself. That's a key to victory right there tonight. Up 19. Good place to be in if you're St. Joe's Prep.
Trying the trap right here is the Vikings, but Hawks are handling it well. Almost. That should have been called a foul on McAdams, but I believe it will go against Malachi Warren after they wait on it.
It will, yeah. Warren with 2 fouls. McAdams sitting currently with 4, only 1 away from being out of this game. If I'm the Hawks, I'm trying to bait him into a foul.
Could argue they just did, but Lesevitz at the line. Knocks it down.
They tried to bait him, didn't work.
Lesevitz front rims the second. Wood now down 20. We're under 4 minutes here. Would take a miracle here at 17 from Gerard.
More than a miracle.
Phillips, bit of a forced step back right there. Is front rimmed.
Great contested 3 there by the Hawks. Able to prevent that one from going down.
Ben McKee just holding it, gives it up to Chamberlain.
Good team basketball.
I feel like the Wood squad has just disengaged a little in these past couple minutes, seeing the lead accumulate. Chamberlain under the basket. It's McAdams with him.
Is that on McAdams? Is that his fifth?
No, it's not on McAdams.
Timeout.
It would be much more of a reaction if it was. Timeout. Coach Harrigan.
If I'm Olin, I'm trying to put myself into him and force that.
Yeah,
foul.
I get what you're saying. Just force him to try and jump, but I mean McAdams is staying vertical there. Smart play by, obviously, a very accomplished player.
As much as he's not liked by a lot of the people here, you got to give him credit. He's a first-team All-PCL, and he's not even a senior yet.
Hawks, up 20, and I mean, such few minutes to tick away. I mean, you have to look forward to who they will be matching up with at the Palestra, which will be fortunately commentated by fellow WSJP members Gavin Heinrichs and Ryan Sullivan.
Yes, it will, and it's.
So why don't you tell us about their potential opponent in the Palestra?
Well, if Archbishop Ryan wins, it will be the Raiders. If I had to guess, it's going to be Father Judge. The Hawks just lost to Father Judge on Sunday, but
because they reseed again, correct?
Yes, they do reseed. So whoever the lowest seed, it could be Ryan, it could be Newman, or it could be Judge. One of those 3 is who the Hawks will face.
I mean, I picked. I was hoping for a West Catholic upset, but.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot about West Catholic. Yeah,
Yeah.
West Catholic. I'd like to face West Catholic. Their game tipping off, I think, pretty soon actually, up in Devon. Javon Bird is the key player there to watch. If he can go off, I think they can get that road win. But Devon hasn't lost a game at home all year.
Can be Judge, Newman, Ryan, or obviously West, as we were just discussing. Roman too high of a seed to meet, and same with Devon.
Driving time off the clock.
Hawks doing a great job avoiding the pressure. It's just Chamberlain and McKee, Zellerby all bringing it through. Now Lesevitz gets involved.
You can tell Jordan wants the ball for a poster.
Yeah, he's cutting under the basket looking for that alley-oop. Easy to catch him off guard when they're double teaming. Chamberlain step through. Foul called, not sure if it's on Warren or Lundy. It'll be Warren.
Yeah, Warren there.
I think that might be 4 for Warren. Got one earlier this quarter and had 2 when he subbed in.
3 fouls for Warren on the day. Mike Green back in.
Mike Green back in as Warren comes out.
Good move. Get the guys with less fouls, I guess, in there.
J1. Couple of bounces, but it gets to go.
There we go, Can you be much happier with this Hawks team as we see the 4 or a few of the other guys just chatting with Coach Harrigan here?
Gone so much better than the first round heartbreak last year.
Yeah.
to Darren Williams and Thomas Sorber of Ryan.
You're about to see this place erupt at the end of this game.
True. Jenkins under the basket. Layup where he still touches the rim.
Yeah.
Shows the power of being 6'8", 6'9", just incredibly tall. Ellerby drives.
Great pass.
Kick, it's going to be Lesovitz baseline. He's trapped by Jenkins and McAdams. Jaron McKee has it now. He's shoved to the floor by Lundy. Gets him in the chest pretty well. Wood racking up the fouls so far.
Lundy with the second out of the day. I was going to try, honestly. I would try to see if I could get that to Lesovitz because he was next to McAdams. Just not able to do so.
Yeah. Student section chanting for Harry Barnes. Scored his first varsity points on that fateful Vegas trip you mentioned.
Yes. A tribute to a lot of the seniors here tonight with these chants. Because, very simply, it's just, as we see the backups coming in. Wow.
Adams and the rest of the backups coming in. Let's see if I can get them all. You have Dylan Powell, Kyne Strong, Karen Shedrick. Aiden Davis Carter, who we saw previously for a little bit. And I believe that is Donahue.
And here come the seniors.
Harry Barnes and Gavin Pennington sub in as Owen Chamberlain and Micaiah Robertson come off.
I'm surprised they don't keep, I'm surprised Olin goes out there. Would have thought Lesovitz would come out, but they keep him in.
Barnes and Pennington, after the consistent rotation guys of Peterson and Julian, have kind of been 8th, 9th men off the bench, shown up big time in some important games.
Connor Britakis coming in.
Where Lesovitz comes off. Patakis, good contest in the face of Powell, but he'll get it to go. Ellerby bringing it up. Patakis screen, Ellerby drives. Mid-range jumper is front rimmed.
Could have cut his 1,000 mark down to 5. Not able to get it.
It's Powell with it now. Shot pulled by the Vikings, front
Good
rim
board.
right into Patakis' numbers. Ellerby transition. Gets the lay to go. And he'll keep cutting closer to 1,000.
5 points away.
Ellerby has 14, needs 19. Foul called.
This one's all but over now. Hawks are going to be heading to University City next Wednesday.
Oh boy, the Palestra.
We have
Well,
not been
that's
there
what it's all
since
about, isn't it?
2018. And anything can happen in that arena. Some of the Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, all of them. I mean, you can name the legends on legends on legends that have played.
Jaron McKee comes off as Mike Gallagher comes on.
There is no more historic arena than the Palestra.
If you remember from the LaSalle game, Mike Gallagher hit a three-pointer, blocked
Yeah.
Joey O'Brien on the other end.
But
Place
for
was roaring.
Getting to go to the Palestra is going to be a special experience for all these guys, especially these seniors who've worked so hard over their 4 years and haven't been able to get there.
Ellerby just pulls. Why not? Cannot get it to fall, though. It's going to be Strong pushing it, and he's blocked by a combo of Harry Barnes and Jordan Ellerby. Ellerby now manages to get the board.
Ellerby's pushing.
Ellerby, he'll drive. Kick out. Pennington in the corner.
Oh,
Airballed into Mike Gallagher, who can't haul it in.
Pennington with a little bit of a smile on his face.
Harry Barnes gets it. Jordan Ellerby, thunderous slam to put an exclamation mark on the Hawks' Palestra run. 3-shot in transition, knocked down by Shedrick, but
Ellerby,
it's over.
Yeah, it's over here.
Put a stamp on it and get it in the mailbox. It's
Jordan
done.
only needs 3, so maybe they just give him one last look. We'll see.
Yeah. Especially against the backups of the Vikings. Would not be shocked to just see him ISO ball, a little step back.
Yeah.
Student section roars as
CJD Films, Quinn Holden down there getting the bids. Of course, part of the best media team in the Catholic League. I don't think anyone argues.
we're not Carroll Sports.
But best media team in the league here at 17th and Girard. Shout out to all of our great video guys. Last home game for Quinn Holden and company.
Ellerby bringing it up. See if he goes for 1,000 points. Very closely, he'll pull. Gets it stripped, but retains possession. He's guarded by Davis Carter. He's going to size him up. Attack is screen. Ellerby, step back. Air ball. I mean, that'll happen when you're forcing it, but you just have to go for it.
Back to Ellerby.
Patakis tips it. We'll try and get it out to Ellerby. Gallagher will manage to finish the connection. Ellerby with it. Wood triple teaming him practically. Ellerby for 1,000. Just dings out right there, but we will see him get it at the Palestra, which your St. Joe's Prep Hawks will return to. They win this one over the Archbishop Wood Vikings by a margin of 20 points, 71-51, as the Kelly Fieldhouse breaks out into MVP chance for our own Jordan Ellerby.
What a game. Hawks are Palestra bound. I'm heading downstairs. Dom, take it away.
Thank you very much, Anthony Sorgi, for being on color commentary. Just a very impressive win by the Hawks. They come out strong and dominant to start off this PCL playoff season, showing why they deserve the #1 seed. I'm going to hand it off to our post-game crew. I've been Dominic Schalk on play-by-play, and I thank you all for tuning in as the Hawks finally return to the Palestra.
The St. Joseph's Prep Hawks are returning to the Palestra. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-game show of tonight's quarterfinal matchup. St. Joseph's Prep Hawks win 71-51 over the Archbishop Wood Vikings. I'm Dominic Campanaro. I'm joined here with AJ Farrington. And AJ, how do you feel right now? St. Joe's back at the Palestra at the University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, thanks, Dom. I think it was just a real statement win, you know. Great vibes all around the gym. Just a very impressive performance, like we've said many times, for the St. Joe's Prep Hawks.
Yeah, you know, the Palestra is the place for so much exciting basketball. This St. Joe's Prep team has missed it last year off of that one play by Darren Williams. But now they are going back after a 20-point huge win over the Vikings. And now we got to talk about the main thing on everyone's mind. Did Jordan Ellerby break the record? And he did not, and he is short by 3 points, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, we could see him trying to get that at the end. It's a huge milestone, but good thing, Dom, is we got one, potentially 2 more games. He's going to get it, not in his own gym, but in the Palestra, which, you know, Dom, maybe even better.
Yeah, no, absolutely, AJ. That first shot you get the Palestra is a three-pointer to get 1,000 points. I would take that over getting one on your home court any day of the week, especially if that means you're going to play in the championship game.
Of course.
But right now, St. Joe's is focused on the next matchup in the semifinals. This team was ready for Wood. The first half, pretty tight 7-point lead at the half. And then third quarter is when everything turned around. That lead broke through super, super fast. And to be honest, St. Joe's had the dagger all along in the third quarter.
Yeah, I agree, Tom. I would say that there was just a big switch at that after the break. I mean, we saw Wood stay to a lot of man tonight. And I want to shout out, he didn't get his 1,000 points, unfortunately, but Jordan Ellerby, you know, he was holding the basketball up around the half court. He was drawing the defense out, and he was creating space. And then he'd get downhill, he'd beat his man. And even if he didn't take the shot himself, he was finding opportunities for open players. He was getting other guys involved, and it was just a very impressive showing from him. Like we said earlier, it would have been nice to cap that off with the 1,000-point mark, but he'll hit that next week for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, AJ. As we start to wrap up, obviously, as per tradition, we got to give our player of the game. AJ, you're my guest. Please go away. Tell us the player of tonight's quarterfinal matchup.
I think there's a few guys like every game. Basketball is not one-on-one. It's a team game. But I've already mentioned Jordan a few times, and I think I got to go to him. I think he had a very great game involving other players. And, you know, just giving us a little bit of everything. He was active on the defensive end. He scored the basketball. Very impressive showing from him. I also want to shout out Jared McKee. Great game from him, especially shooting beyond the arc, opening up the defense. We talked about how the lane was empty. One of the ways to get that empty lane is from three-ball shooting, and he definitely provided a lot of that today.
Yeah.
Julian McKee as well with some strong efforts. 9 points for the freshman. A great job on the boards too. We saw some electric plays,
absolutely.
some nice putbacks, and that's from a freshman. I mean, very, very impressive work from him. I think I'm going to share my MVP honor between Jaron and Jordan tonight.
And I think this was both. I mean, as you said, AJ, you couldn't say it enough. I think I'm going to give this one to Jaron McKee, though. First half you led, and second half it was any different. Excuse me, I was kind of botched that line. 24 points for the senior going on a day in, 3 for 5 3 for 5 for twos, and shot 5 for 8 beyond the arc. I mean, he likes to shoot, and especially his 1,000th point last year against Roman Catholic, it was a setback 3-pointer. But now, as we await the results of the next 3 games, we would like to say congratulations to the St. Joe's Prep Hawks making it to the semifinals. They'll be playing at the Palestra very, very soon. So stick around. There's your piece soon. Thursday?
Wednesday, I believe.
Wednesday?
I think.
And I believe the championship's on Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Correct. I think it's on Sunday, but stick around for dates. We'll keep you posted as always. Make sure you follow us on all our socials. Thank you so much to everyone who helped out with this great broadcast, and we hope to continue to produce even better content. AJ, thank you so much, man, for joining me, but stick around for future updates as the St. Joe's Prep Hawks continue the route to their first PCL championship since 2004.